Hey everyone, Sparks here, back for another installment of Major Minor. So, last time around we finally reached the end game. We faced off against Nagi, and with the assistance of Rayo and Acheron, defeated him. Now we have to make a choice over whether we're going to close off Earth and Terra, ending the connection between them, or restore the worlds that Nagi and Nami had destroyed and opened the connections to all worlds. Now, as you may have noticed, there is music playing in my opening, which is not something that would normally happen. This is because of the fact that I would have to re-watch everything, I am recording this immediately after the previous one, with the game still open, paused at the moment where I have to make this decision. So, instead of waiting around, we're going to get to it and make that decision. So, honestly, I'm going to go for the true ending. Restore worlds, open connections. I can feel the power within me. I can do this. I'd unleash every life, every world within these blades. I'd use the power within me to connect them. A shared universe, just like Veloquist had wanted. I nod at them as they plead for a better reality. The gears spin and everything fades to white. I close my eyes, embracing what's to come. I knew that my journey had finally come to an end, and I also knew that I'd never open my eyes again. But when they did, they'd see the future I created, a future built on the foundation of loss and suffering, but a future that would never experience it again, for I was able to return those who perished. By my hands, all of this suffering would be undone. The galactic community would unite and prosper. The epilogue. Here it is. With the rewriting of history, Terra was different. Rather than being isolated, it was part of a community. Reality planes no longer existed, and everyone was free. But this brought with it a host of new dangers as well. You wanted to travel to the fringe worlds. I'm sorry, I think I may have misheard. You know how dangerous they are, Andy. Of course I do, Veloquist. But threats must be taken seriously. We've been tipped off a potential attack. We can't just stand by and watch this. It could injure galactic stability. Surely I could request a short leave. Nobody remembered what Terra was like before the change. Nabi and Nagi were wiped from the annals of history, but so too would the child of Exodus be forgotten. For death in suspension meant losing more than life. Veloquist assembled a small task force he could rely on. They'd help protect Terra's standing in the galaxy. But so much had changed. Things were different. People who were once close might not even meet. And what does your protege think? I can't force them into this situation. We need their input as well, Andy. Of course. Andy turns to the side and calls for his partner. His input was just as valuable to the king. Oh, well, that's, definitely different. Andy is correct, my lord. This threat is not like the others. It's not just Terra that will be affected. I would humbly request our leave as well. I am in no position to order you around, but know that we could save many lives. Veloquist strokes his chin in deep thought. I could easily send our ambassadors, but diplomacy not avert this crisis. I'm afraid not, and nobody could know that we left. It'll be off the books, secret. Subterfuge, some would say. Ruling Terra required more care than ever before. One decision could send ripples across the galaxy. Velquist's decisions were always under scrutiny. Every world was watching each other. No one was alone. Are you sure you could keep this secret? I would hate for our world to suffer. Our reputation is special to me, Righty. I am confident in our ability. Very well. I trust you. Tell me more about this threat. I'd like to know the scope of it all. Velquist and his task force focused on galactic issues. The ambassadors, however, handled things much smaller. They represented Terra in the Galactic Senate. Issues such as trade and immigration were their concern. They want to send us more refugees. Have we not already taken all we can? I don't know if I agree with this choice. But the people of Albia Prime need help. Their crisis is our opportunity dusk. This is where we can afford to barter. What do we need from them? Besides, won't we come off as greedy? Of course not. It's our decision. We'd be far from the first world to do it. And their local export sells for a lot. Do you think a tithe would be acceptable? That's exactly what I was going for. It endorsed Albia Prime for a price. We sell the goods, and our economy booms. We can't just offer our shelter for free. People would take advantage of us. Velquist can have the final say. Very well, but you can't be forgetting. Our trip to the Senate is approaching. We need to handle this in a swift manner. Yeah, I heard you the first time. Packing all of my stuff, jeez. Next week. I hope they like our ideas this time. Good to know these two are actually doing an important role. What happened to Lord... Ooh, we get to see what happened to Lord Player. Every year, the Galactic Senate would gather together. They'd share ideas, and vote for the betterment of all. Meeting on the core worlds, they held deliberations. It wasn't just the larger things that needed ruling. Every town on Terra had an elected governor. They were given enough power to rule on their own. This was so Velquist and his team could relax. Managing their galactic standing was more than enough. A motion to increase the price of produce. Wasn't aware we were overcharging. What do you think we should do? It might not be expensive to you, Father, but not everybody has the same standards. There are people who struggle on Terra. I would lower it, but not by too much. We don't want to sell ourselves short. Should we use the other towns as a guide? That's a great idea, my son. Would you be willing to take that trip? We'd be able to price more competitively. I'd love to do that, actually. I get to visit Kalen in his home. I haven't seen him in a very long time. Very well, then it's decided. But there's no need to leave just yet. We have quite a few motions to look over. Aw, that's cute. Those two running things would make things better. Many were pushed apart in unexpected ways. But thanks to change, many were also brought together. However, they'd never know that things had changed. To them, their lives had always been this peaceful. Wait, let me get this straight, Trish. King Velquist offered you a job. Yeah, I was just as shocked as you are. I mean, can you even believe this is true? Well, no. But probably for different reasons. Are you going to accept his offer? Of course. This is the best thing that's ever happened. I'll definitely get to perfect my art. And I'll make sure to advertise your tavern. Oh, there's no need for that. Don't want you breaking any rules. We can handle things on our own. I guess you're right. I did put up a now hiring sign, though. Figured you need some extra help. Thanks. That was really nice of you. I appreciate everything you've done for us. Just then, someone knocks on the tavern door. If you'll excuse me, Trish. He leaves the conversation and answers the door. A friendship that lasted a lifetime would form that day. Welcome. Oh, these two. Oh. Welcome to the Wayfarer's Tavern, sir. What can I do for you on this fine day? Oh, hey there. I saw a job posting outside, actually. I was wondering if it's still available. Oh! Righty's... Yeah, Conrad's taking Righty's place. That's great. While others stayed in Reale, others moved away. Terra was not a bustling world. Was now a bustling world full of opportunity. But even if there was distance, many remained united. Kabu, it's so good to see you again. I was just about to write to you, actually. Can't believe you managed to surprise me. He hugs his friend and they share a moment of joy. They didn't know why, but they became great friends, as if something inside of them called to one another. Perhaps remnants of their tragedy had stayed with them. Galen, not for so long. People are starting to stare, but it's good to see you too, my friend. The embrace was broken, and both wore large smiles. So, what brings you here, Kabu? Surely it's business of some sort. Yeah, you're right. But it requires your input, actually. The player wants to reevaluate some pricing. Oh, well, I can help you with that. I know the same thing with my boss. I knew you'd never let me down. So, this is a matter of produce. Citizens think we're overcharging. They walk down the street, staying close as they talk. Oh, that's definitely a tough one. That kind of stuff is a necessity. It's easy to charge more for that. We dealt with that a while ago, too. But I think we settled at a nice price. At least the citizens seem to enjoy it. So much has changed, you know. Getting a new governor will do that. But he's been very popular with the people. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Your town elected a new leader. What did you say his name was again? It's Riley. Oh! Even Riley got a fresh start. That's kind of cool, actually. I mean, yeah, I get it. He's kind of a bad person and all, but still. You got a fresh start. That's not something everyone gets. This is a nice world. It seems in this new world, even enemies were friends. Souls that were lost had the chance to shine again. This changed the direction of many people's lives, including those that would otherwise cling to the past. Wait, I actually did it correctly? Fish always told me that was wrong. I'm really confused now, PB. Guess we did have our differences. It's just cleaning glasses, though. If you damage them, we can buy more. She did most of the damaging, actually. I wonder what the king saw in her. I guess she made more good drinks or something. Maybe we'll never know. Melquist rules in mysterious ways. Just focus on the tavern, alright? Alright. So, what do I do next? I mean, all the glasses are clean now. Jeez. All the glass is clean now. Fair enough. But it should be glasses. It's not one glass. I mean, yes, you can say the glass, but it's not just... I'm sorry, I really can't... It's not important, but at the same time, I feel like the grammar there just looks off to me. Like, it could have been done so much better. Anyways. Ugh. I swept the floors and wiped the windows. I shouldn't be getting caught up on this. This is meant to be beautiful, pretty, happy moments. You've done way too much, Fidget. Just relax and take a breather. Don't want you burning yourself out. Just then, another visitor arrives at the tavern. They gently knock on the door and Fidget smiles. I'm a little early there today. Don't worry, I'll get it, PB. He runs to the door, leaving his brother behind. As he opens it, the smiling face of his mother awaits. He leaps into her arms, and she softly kisses his cheek. It was a embrace that he never wanted to end. It seems that in this moment, everything was fine. Not just for Fidget, but for the galaxy as a whole. Oh, that's so cute. Terra went on to live a long and prosperous life. Those who lived there were given happiness, the better future that they always deserved. Andy and Righty went on to carry out their mission. They performed with honor and stopped a massive threat. Feeling guilty, however, Melquist came clean. He told the Galactic Senate what they had planned. Instead of punishment, however, they were rewarded. The Galactic Senate wanted to hire their service. Together, they founded a new branch of government. Agents dedicated to covertly diffusing threats. They would forever be remembered as the founders. Andy and Riley became a vital part of history. After their passing, they were used as a measure. Everyone aimed to do as much good in the galaxy as them. Aww. Dusk and Sam continued to serve as Terra's ambassadors. Their time was devoted to enhancing quality of life. You know, we never actually met Dusk. Like, in this entire story, our character never actually met Dusk. That is actually kind of interesting. Terra's standing in the galactic community was high. Happiness and peace were commonplace in this world, on this world. Eventually, they were asked to serve the core world. Over time, they came to rule the Galactic Senate. It was their job to rule over the annual deliberations. Henceforth, their ideas were never discarded again. Aww. Claire and Kabu continued to govern the town of Rieli. It became known for its peaceful and affordable life. As time passed, old age took the life of Claire. His son ran in the election and secured leadership. He maintained the town his father worked to create. In the end, he was able to make it even better. Rieli became a home for the more upper-class citizens, a far cry from its more humble beginnings in poverty. Conrad was hired and began working at the tavern. He served out his days as a loyal denizen of Rieli. He lived a small, happy life of complete peace. He'd never experienced the danger of battle again. PB2 lived a quiet life of happiness. Running a tavern with Conrad, they made a fortune. As Rieli rose in rank, so too did their revenue. Eventually it became the most luxurious bar on Terra. Trish served Veloquist for the rest of her days. Over time, and with practice, she perfected her art. She was responsible for lots of tourism to the castle. Everyone wanted to taste her beautiful concoctions. And to them, the castle gates remained forever open. Kaylin served with Riley for many years to come. Much like Claire, old age got the better of him. Running for our office, Kaylin succeeded his boss. Him and his best friend both become governors. They promptly united both of their towns as one. In the future, it will be known as New Rieli. Together, they led their home to prosperity, and they were remembered for many years to come. Fidget remained under the tutelage of his mother. She was considered one of the brightest minds on Terra. However, this time, the Exodus project never happened. She was not claimed, and they lived together in joy. She was responsible for many technological advances, and as they got older, she taught her son her ways. She did pass away, but Fidget was able to let go. He went on to continue her work and aid the galaxy. It was a harsh truth that nobody could live forever. This even rang true for the immortal King Veloquist. He was remembered as Terra's greatest leader, taught in every school for generations to come. In that sense, maybe he was immortal. The annals of time never forget such men. Terra went on to experience an eternal peace. They lived forever in harmony with the galaxy. Oh, that's beautiful. Terra truly was a beautiful place. Earth, however, would remain largely unchanged. It was introverted, concerned with its own matters. It would be a while before they entered the community. But life still changed, and all for the better. The sacrifice of Exodus, tragedies were averted. This left things free to proceed as they were meant to. Hype escalated as the launch of Clace's tour arrived. But due to these changes, there was only one winner. Absolutely not. I forbid it. I can't just let you go out alone. Remember what happened the last few times? Yay! Clace actually appears in the epilogue. Yay! Also, adorable. Boop to you. But Singe, I really want to. I should be there to greet him personally, especially after all the pop star he drank. You'll have plenty of time to meet him, but it will have to be later on. Rook and Jade will be picking him up. And I'm sorry, but that's final. You know how the press can get, Clace. I don't want you in the spotlight just yet. Clay slumps down in his chair, sad at this news. In his mind, he should greet the contest winner. After all, this entire thing was his idea. Fine. You should let them take the limo. At least do that for me, alright? Otherwise, it'll be boring for him. I don't think you heard me properly. You must avoid undue attention. We'll save it all for the tour launch. Please just let them take the limo. Imagine if you won such a huge contest. Oh, this music is so beautiful. Oh. You'd be let down if you got You're the one who said this was great PR. Do you want to seem cheap to everybody? And by all means, send a tiny car. Singe groans, resting his face in his hands. Fine, I'll give them the limo. But I'm not doing this happily. At least let the record show that. Yeah, but you don't do anything happily. So this is just typical Singe, right? An awkward silence ensues before they start laughing. Seriously, let's focus here. You should probably tell Inumi what's up. He loves hanging out in that limo, right? Yeah, I'll do it. He'll be so happy to go along. Who was the contest winner again? His name is Keela. Yay, Keela still won. But here's the question. Is it Eddie in disguise? Or actually Keela, the real Keela? Because the real Keela committed suicide in the original version because we won. But in this version, nobody won. And the day that they found out was the day that they actually won. So, as many things changed, some new bonds were forged. Wounds of the past would never again be reopened. They worked with fervent effort as the tour approached. Even the most dedicated workers deserved more rest. Some rest. So, I guess this is it, huh? Our last day to relax and unwind. Tomorrow, the tour starts in force. Yeah, you said it, Jade. I wish I had more time to relax. Things are going to get pretty busy. It won't be that bad in the end. Traveling the world is fun in prospect. We get to do it together. He smiles at Jade. She smiles back. So, why did you pick this place? You had to know that I hate water. You're up to something, aren't you? No way, I'm offended. When would I have ulterior motives? I think why would have been a better thing there. I am a man of pure heart and spirit. With an impeccable sense of humor, too. Come on, Rook, spill the beans. Rook walks to the railing and looks in the water. He waves Jade over, and she joins him in observing. Again, I hate water. I can think of something that hates it more. Something that's no longer needed either. Oh yeah? What is that? Rook smiles and walks to the opposite railing. With a running start, he throws his tablet in the water. It hits far away, and they can hear its impact loudly. Rook, what'd you do that for? He turns around and embraces Jade with a smile. She's caught off guard and starts giggling. A blush appears on her face in sudden advance. Because I have everything I need right here. They share a kiss, alone on the quiet dock. Their only witness, the slowly setting sun, brings with it the end of a special day. The beginning of something even more special. Oh, it's so beautiful! Oh. Though history was changed, many things stayed the same. This rang true with guitarists Shock and Rocker. They were relaxing backstage while dusting off awards, living with the hope that they might get more. So, are you ready for the big show? I've been practicing overtime now. Lots of critics to impress this time. Yeah, I suppose I'm ready. But I don't care about the critics. They take the fun out of everything. I play because it's my passion, Shock. I don't do it to get evaluated. To me, the music brings happiness. Are you calling me vain or something? I play to impress the entire world. Not everybody is as talented as we are. Of course not. You're not vain. Some people like that kind of validation. I just like staying in the shadows. And I'm grateful to have this chance. He cracks open a pop star, starts chugging. He swallows it and lets out a refreshing sigh. I'm sorry, would you like one? No thanks. I quit a while back now. Aw, he's not dependent on pop star. That's good. Oh nice. While some remained in the shadows, others found light. It was under much better circumstances than before. With a chance to debut our skills, Daz practiced hard. Yes, Anumi, I get to sing for everyone. I wrote a song, and I'll do my best. But I'm not the greatest piano player. That's so cool. I'm proud of you. You know people call my brother stubborn, but he fights for things that help others. Just like he did to help me. Daz smiles, knowing the story of Anumi's adoption. She practices her dance moves while he watches in awe. Wow, Daz, you're really good at that. Not even Clace could pull that move off. Don't forget me when you're a celebrity. She laughs, but she's secretly hopeful. Deep inside, she hopes to impress at the concert. Her piece is somber, showing off her potential, composed from memories deep inside of her heart. I don't think I'll ever forget you, Anumi. Something tells me you're here to stay. But I need to practice now. Is that okay? Of course, don't even worry about it. I have to go back and take a trip anyway. I'm picking up the contest winner. Wow, that's pretty exciting stuff. Will you tell him I said hello? Sure, but under one condition. You name it. I want you to teach me how to dance. One day, I'll take over from my brother. I'll be just as famous as used to. Oh, so cute. So cute that that's Anumi. The future of many were headed in uncertain directions. However, some were left to embrace their destiny. Arriving in Tokyo, they wanted to protect everyone. But they knew not what grand fate awaited them. Fukumoto here, live from Tokyo. Breaking news, folks. A new visitor. The CEO of Armstrong Incorporated. I thank you so much for giving us your time. Viewers will have lots of questions, especially about the nature of your visit. Acheron! Fortunately, it's a secret. You understand what my business is like. But nobody should fear for their safety. Words of wisdom, if I ever heard them. Tell us, Acheron, about your situation. You were thrust into leadership so fast. Do you have anything to say about that? Viewers wonder about your inheritance. That and the disappearance of your family. He pushes the microphone towards Acheron's face. Acheron pulls back, clearly feeling violated. No comment, I'm afraid. There's far too much speculation. I'm just focusing on performing admirably. As mysterious as ever, I see. Very well. I certainly trust you. Armstrong has done so much good. America is much safer in your hands. Soon, maybe Japan will be too. We will await a more formal announcement. Acheron nods and smiles, happy that he backed off. He wasn't about to reveal the reason he was in Tokyo. It was something he'd announce at a later date. However, he knew Japan would love what he had to say. The debut of the world tour came closer and closer. On the best day of his life, Keela arrived. This time around, he was more than a new man. Winning this contest gave him a large sense of hope. You're sure you don't need any help? Please tell me, it's no trouble at all. I'd hate for you to hurt yourself, Keela. Oh no, please don't worry. I've been through much worse, trust me. This is the best I've felt in years. He coughs, placing a hand over his mouth. He carries with him a device that assists his breathing. Had things been any other way, Keela would be bedridden. Winning this contest meant the world to him. You really should have brought a guardian. Didn't you say you had a twin brother? I'm really worried for your safety, Keela. Please don't coddle me, Rook. And yeah, I do have a brother. He was even prepared to come for me. I know I'm really sick, but it's okay. I'll make sure not to cause any trouble. This will be the best year of my whole life. Rook smiles and he leads Keela to the exit. But he hadn't an ever-watchful eye on his sickly friend, guaranteed both his safety and his fun. Deep down inside, this feels familiar to him. Well then, are you ready for some fun? Clay's even fought to get you a limo. He'll be going on tour in style, Keela. Oh, that's fantastic. You really did that for me? Can't wait to thank him in person. You know, I wish that both Keela and Eddie had been here. That would have been amazing. Seeing how both of them turned out. He coughed some more, and is overexcited. But he knew he wouldn't be sick for much longer. Not with all of this hope, and all of this support. He'll play a vital role in his speedy recovery. Oh, he survives in this version. That's amazing. With everything lined up, it was finally time. Clay stood backstage, trembling in fear. Daz joined him, scared of her big debut. Shock and Rock, however, enjoyed the shadows. What if they don't like me? I put my heart and soul into this song. I'd be crushed if they didn't applaud. Oh man, I feel the same way. I had some nightmares last night too. After the song, they were just silent. It's horrible. Just play up the crowd, Daz. Tell them how good they are. Say you love all of them. Do I say Tokyo is the best city ever? Only if you want to be cliche. But I guess we're no stranger to those. It's old-fashioned, but it works. You're singing a slower song, right? Ask them to take out their lighters. It's great to unite the audience. Yeah, it is a slower song. Hope I don't ruin your energy. I wouldn't worry about it, Daz. I'm retiring after this tour anyway. This is your chance to prove yourself. Retiring? Oh, you must be hearing things. I didn't say anything of the sort. Anyway, I think they'll call us out soon. I'm so nervous. Clay places his hand on Daz's shoulder. He recalls when he was in her exact situation. In the end, everything worked out. They'd laugh at this anxiety when it was over. Listen, Daz, everything will be fine. I've heard your voice. It's beautiful. Let's go sing our hearts out. Aww. When the names were called, they ran out on stage. The crowd was pumped, applauding almost immediately. They went on to give a performance for the ages. Once, everything was perfect in their lives. They'd never know the true cost of that perfection. Oh. The world tour went on to launch with a big bang. Wow. Nice. Yes, I am just gonna sit and listen to this song for a bit because it's beautiful. It was talked about for years to come, breaking records. But true to his word, Place retired when it was over. However, he still remained in the industry he loved. He continued to tour with Daz as she performed, all while teaching his brother Anumi how to sing. I am going to see if this song is available on something that I own. If it does, that will be awesome. With Daz's dancing lessons, he was sure to succeed. Singe went on to manage idols for the rest of his days. After Clace, it was Daz, and it never ended. He was devoted to the business well into his old age. For one day, that old age got the better of him. He left behind a legacy in the entertainment industry. He'd never be directly remembered for any of it. To the world, he was the man behind the curtain. That song is absolutely beautiful, and I am going to try and see if I can find it on one of the music apps I have on my phone, because if I can, I will listen to it again. And it's going to play again from the start. I'm just going to talk while it's playing, because I don't feel like sitting listening to it again right now. But he loved the piece and was fine with that. Yeah. Shock and Rock, her wooden doll, was remain in the back. When Clace retired, they started their own careers. Their popularity would even surpass some pop idols. Until they retired, they always topped the charts. Daz lived up to the bargain, teaching Anumi to dance. Clace retired, Anumi was already well trained. It only seemed natural that he'd follow his brother. Becoming a pop idol, he also toured the world. After Singe's passing, he needed to make a change. He set his eyes on managing and took Singe's place. How else could he repay the man he saw as a father, who maintained the legacy he worked so hard to create? Fukumoto quickly gained popularity for his unique style. Eventually, he was offered a job with a huge network. Moving to America, he pursued his biggest dream. So it's just an instrumental version right now. Cool. And he never again resorted to tabloid journalism. That's good! Acheron was in Tokyo to test a new product. It was a way to subdue without any chance of harm. Armstrong Incorporated became enforcers of peace, and they would never again use death as a tool. He was applauded for the peace he gave Earth, but as most do, he set his sights even higher. One night, fate took him in a drastically new direction. From that day on, he was never seen again. Well, we know what actually happened. That's just things filling out. He did eventually become, as we all know, he took his place in the Ark. Rook and Jade's love blossomed as they toured the world. Each new stop brought several romantic hotspots. They served Singe loyally until his fateful passing. After that, they went into a life of peace. After Clace retired, Daz took the spotlight. She was an idol to beat, gaining a massive following. World tour after world tour, she kept the momentum. Platinum records and a lifetime of glory awaited her. But she knew that this was mostly thanks to Clace. His decision to step down actually raised her up. She'd be forever thankful for what he had done. They remained friends for the rest of their lives. Keela's hope was renewed, and he was as happy as ever. After the tour ended, he remained friends with everyone. He beat his illness and lived a long and happy life. Him and his brother Eddie were henceforth inseparable. They founded several charity organizations together. No one would have to suffer like Keela did. At least, that was their end goal in life. And over time, they helped find many cures. Earth would remain isolated for a long time to come. They didn't have the technology to join the galaxy. It has never stopped them from living happily. And the rest of its existence, Earth was peaceful. Oh, that is awesome. Such a beautiful epilogue. I don't know how I saw all of this, to be honest. As far as I knew, I was supposed to be dead. But I smiled as I saw the future I left behind. It seemed in the end, everyone was happy. Aw. And now we have the credits. Will I let them play? Yes, because of this song. This must be Daz's song. Conrad belongs to... Oh! This is the cast of characters who everyone belongs to. Conrad belongs to Kane Oren. Acheron belongs to Chris Rahola. Fukumo belongs to Jean-Luc Dylan Crawford. Kaelin belongs to Miles Hart Breatherton. Belongs to William Wabinold. Unumi belongs to Michael Gagan. Kawa belongs to Rufus Carlson. Keela belongs to Eddie Regula. Okay, that explains the name. His actual name was used for that. Later belongs to Ruben Gosselalai. P belongs to Nikki McAll. Fidget belongs to Timothy Shreddock. Player belongs to Joshua Player. Okay, that's cool. Rayu belongs to Rayu. Riley belongs to Eric Hunt Jr. Riley belongs to Josh Spear. Rocker belongs to Jason Glenwinkle. Rook belongs to Mac Rook Sauter. Sam belongs to Lance Elliott. Dusk belongs to Ryan Rink. Shock belongs to Colin Cameron. Singe belongs to Dave Glubshin. Bellquist belongs to Joshua Boskin. Aww. Aw. Finn! It's not over. I know there is a scene after the credits. The final scene of this whole game. And that's the scene we're gonna wait for. The final part of our epilogue. Come on. I tremble. My entire body is overwhelmed with sensation. I have no idea what just happened, or where I am. I pant heavily, taking my surroundings. It's the terminus. Wasn't it on a crash course? Hey there, Sparks. Glad to see you awake. When you blacked out, I feared the worst. Rio stands before me and offers me his hand. I take it without hesitation, and he helps me stand. I look out the window of the bridge, astonished. There are billions of stars shining together. Look at all of those worlds, Sparks. It was you who gave them life again. Connected to live in harmony forever. He smiles. He smiles as we walk towards the window. I press my hand against it, looking at what I did. Changed reality, united the entire galaxy. For some reason, I saw the future of everything. Yes, I expected as much. Your sight has been twisted, no longer limited to two worlds. You can view the entire galaxy, both its current and future state. Just think of what we're capable of. Maybe we should go and get everybody. Might be good to have some company. Honestly, I could frown them all. I'm not sure how to respond to that. I mean, we did go through a lot together. But the future I witnessed was so happy. If I changed things up, it would cause tragedy. Besides, I'm not even sure if they would remember me. So much has changed. I wasn't on any of their minds. If I went to recruit them, they'd call us insane. Rather than acknowledging my fear, it gives me a gift. The two blades merged into one. It looks different, don't you think? Like its source of power has changed. It's the sword I held earlier, but purified. Instead of black and red, it's colored differently. Now it wears an ornate white and a beautiful gold. I feel like it could be the source of good in the galaxy. We have lots of exploring to do, and we can continue changing history. But it would be nice to go with friends. Tell me, what should we do? Should we get the group back together? Should we leave things as they are? Think long and hard before I answer Ryu. It seems I held the future of everyone in my hands. It was time for me to decide what happened next. Whew, this is a tough one. Their futures are happy. They don't even remember me. So, I'd like to leave them as they are. Let them have their own futures. Well then, I trust your judgment. The Sparks. We have lots to talk about. Luckily, I know where we can waste time. Soon, I feel an all too familiar sensation. I embrace it, filled with joy that I survived, and filled with wonder at this galaxy's potential. Let's go. Yay! Ah, that was beautiful. Honestly, one of the best games I've ever played. And yeah, it was fun. Story was amazing. Characters were amazing. Everything about it was just wonderful. And yeah, I honestly wish I could get the soundtrack for it. 'Cause just listen to that. It's beautiful. The song that they had during the epilogue there, while we were hearing what happened to everyone from Earth, the song they played during the credits, this song right now, and every other song. All amazing. Honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad I played this. I'm glad how long it took as well. It means I got to spend plenty of time showing it to you all. But there are other possible ways that the story could have played out, and I may come back to play through those alternates. But it is unlikely that I will record them. If I do, then I will show it. But honestly, I think it would be best if everyone just played it for themselves. Try and get the ending that you want to see. Because the ending I showed you might not be the ending you want. The choices I made might not be the ones you agree with. So, in the end, make the choices that you think are best if you play this yourself. But all I can say is, it's been a pleasure showing this to all of you. And I really do hope that you've enjoyed watching. So, until next time, guys, see yas.